Hey there. Come on in, get comfortable, bring your water or whatever you choose to hydrate with while we push through this episode. Y'all miss me? This is the part where you make me feel good and say, girl, yeah, we missed you. How are you? No, really. How are you? We're back. I'm happy to be back. I should say I'm back. Ain't no we, it's just me and these dogs that don't pay no bills, but it's me. Welcome to another episode of I'm Overwhelmed, Now What? With me, Kendall Kennedy. This podcast is intentionally created for women who serve by caring for others, the ones who fearlessly take care of everyone else while neglecting themselves. Here, we talk about the real struggles of juggling it all, carrying the load, and still trying to make sense of where we fit in our own story. On this podcast, we create space for honest conversations, practical advice, and a little bit of laughter along the way. It is my prayer that you leave this space a little bit better than from which you came. I invite you to come fill your cup because you deserve every drop. We teach pouring into others from your overflow over here. Today's episode is titled Reclaiming Joy. I put some other words on the title that I can't click or get to right now. I know y'all read it because you had to click it to get here. Y'all know what it's called. I'm probably going to change it again before I post it. Let's stay focused. I wanted to talk about joy because sometimes it feels rare, but it's still within reach. We can still find joy despite it all. Not the fleeting kind that depends on your paycheck, someone's approval, or how much sleep you got last night. It's not tied to anything or anyone. It's not situational. But I want to talk about the deep soul level joy, right? The joy is like the peace we seek in the find that we gonna protect at all costs. That joy. Let's dive into how reclaiming our joy, especially as women and those who care for others, isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. But first, hydration. Before we dive in, let me pause for what's in my teacup today. This is mango, orange, green tea, and a ginseng. It don't have a label, but it's something ginseng. Okay, y'all ready? I'm ready. Before we get started, let's not forget to take a breath because we're in a safe space and this moment's about you. We gonna put everything aside because I don't know about your day, but it's been a day and mine just got started. So let's exhale together for a second. Allow yourself to wiggle your fingers, relax your shoulders. Okay, so let's take a deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Hold it for 1, 2. Then exhale slowly through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. I gave that extra 4 because some of us can be long-winded. A couple of y'all might have been done by 3. Let's take one more breath together. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Now let's breathe out through our mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sometimes I just need a second to pause. So I'll give that to you. As we get ready to get started, go right ahead and roll your shoulder, roll your neck. Exhale for the last time. And then slowly start to come back. If you were able to close your eyes, if you were able to really tune out, come on back around so we can get started and Let's reclaim our joy together. When I thought about joy, I thought about songs. My mind goes to gospel music. I love Pharrell's Joy. I forgot what soundtrack it's on. That one's good. There are a few. Thank God I still have joy through it all. I don't even know who sings that. But I'm sure you can find songs and music that bring you joy just by listening to it. Sometimes that's the easiest and quickest thing. I didn't even plan to say this, but it's coming up. Create you a playlist. Whether you have YouTube or if you have a subscription, create you a playlist that brings you joy and be able to turn that on when you need it. Sometimes we need things to put us in a good place. Do that. Do it for yourself. And then share it with me or share it with someone you care about. I want to know what brings you joy. And I'm always down to hear new music. Music is amazing for the soul. There's so much research behind that. Get you a playlist that brings you joy. All right, let's dive into how reclaiming our joy is definitely a necessity. Research shows that people who actively pursue and own their own happiness experience better relationships, lower levels of stress, and greater resilience during tough times. Dr. Sonia Lemborski, I could be saying it wrong and I apologize. She is an amazing positive psychology researcher. She's the author of The How of Happiness and The Myths of Happiness. You can find YouTube videos. She has a website and all kinds of things about happiness and the human science behind it. She has research that addresses what makes people happy. Is happiness a good thing? How can we make people happier still? Just watch some of her clips or interviews, panels. There's a lot out there. But Dr. Sonia has found that happiness isn't just a result of our circumstances. Only about 10% of our happiness is linked to external conditions. The rest is a mix of genetics and intentional activity. That means small conscious shifts matter more than we think. So here's the message. Grab this one. Happiness isn't something that happens to you. It's something you create, protect, and reclaim every day. According to Harvard's 85-year study of adult development, the happiest and healthiest people are those who maintain deep relationships and prioritize emotional well-being over achievement. I thought that was really interesting. I had to let that sit with me for a while. Emotional well-being and maintaining deep relationships. Prioritizing emotional well-being. So how you feel matters. We shouldn't put aside how we feel. We should prioritize how we feel. Create, protect, and reclaim it every day. I think I'm sitting in it while I'm talking to you. I hope that it resonates with you and it hits you. Sometimes I need a second too. Okay. Let's be honest. If you're a woman, especially one who cares for others, you're likely putting yourself last. A 2020 AARP study found that over 60% of caregivers are women, and 40% of those report high emotional stress. I wonder why. Here's the kicker. In that research, it showed that women often feel guilty for even wanting joy. I don't know why we do that as women. We feel bad about wanting something for ourselves and we feel guilty for trying to do things for self. It doesn't make us any less. If we don't use that airplane analogy, if we don't help ourselves, how do we help someone else? And if we don't feel good, we can't show up. We have to stop that. We really have to stop feeling guilty for taking and making time for ourselves, for our peace, for our happiness. and for our joy. We deserve peace. We deserve joy. We deserve it all for all that we do. We deserve it all. You deserve it all. I'm not going to say we, I'm going to say you. I have to tell myself that in the mirror. I look in the mirror and I point to myself. I put my nail in my chest. You deserve happiness. You deserve peace. You deserve joy. You are worthy of happiness. You are worthy of peace and you are worthy of joy. I invite you to try that. When I look myself in the eye, like do the stare down, that I see you. I put my two fingers in front of my eye and I go back and forth between me and the mirror. Hold that eye contact. Speak life into yourself. Sometimes all we have is us. If you don't have the village or the community, you heard what the research says. Prioritize deep connections, meaningful ones, and your emotional health. Sometimes you got to be your own cheerleader. Motivate yourself, encourage yourself, and tell yourself you deserve joy. Because you do. You don't have to earn your joy. You are allowed to feel good, even when life is hard. Especially when life is hard. Owning your own happiness doesn't mean you ignore your responsibility. It means you refuse to disappear inside of all the responsibility. Let me pause and drink some more of this tea. Okay. Why does your joy matter? I'm sure somebody might be saying that or wondering. Here are a few things in case you need to put some stock behind it or some facts behind why joy or your happiness matter. Two things. Caregivers and those who care for others who prioritize their emotional health are more likely to provide better care for others. For those who feel bad or want to constantly put others first because that's just in your nature. When you take care of you, you are more likely to provide better care for others. Look at that. If you needed a reason to do better, there you go. Also, kids and loved ones mirror what they see. When we model joy, we teach permission to others to have and find joy. So be the reflection of what you want to see. Find joy and give others permission and show them what it looks like to have it so that they can have their own joy. Okay, next I want to talk about 5 small shifts to reclaiming your joy. The first one, we talked about earlier how you have to reclaim your joy, find your joy every day. This first one is reframe the everyday. For some of us, that might mean clean your glasses. Have you ever taken your glasses off, or even sunglasses still apply? Have you taken them off or pulled them out and you notice they dusty? And when you clean them, it looks like a whole new world. I'm a little blind, so I wear glasses every day. And baby, let me tell you, when you get that cleaning cloth or you use that soft t-shirt, it makes the world of difference. So reframing or dusting off or giving a different perspective on your day and taking a different approach to things, it makes all the difference. But in this instance, we're going to talk about reframing the everyday. Before I do that, let me write that down because that's a whole nother episode. Why is it that I don't have a pen when I need a pen? These kids they steal everything. I can't have nothing. Okay, let me pause this and find a pen. Don't go nowhere. Drink some water and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Reframe the everyday. I want you to practice. That means you're going to have to do it more than once, more than 5 times. Practice joy spotting. We going to look for joy. Intentionally seek out joy. Practice spotting joy. Look for those small wins. Find the little things that make you smile. Right now, I have a Japanese cherry blossom tree outside my house. I get excited every day because it's starting to bloom. Finding joy in nature, the little things that God created. I get happy seeing the buds on my fruit trees are starting to come in. That makes me happy. I like to grow my own food. Seeing the starter seeds start sprouting, those things make me happy. I find joy in waking up in my right mind with the activities of my limbs and knowing that I'm on this side of the land of the living today, that I was on the wake up list. I find joy in that. My back didn't hurt this morning. Look for and spot joy in those small wins. I made it up the stairs and I wasn't out of breath. Now I wasn't talking at the same time. That's a different story. Okay, I'm gonna leave that to myself. That may not be y'all's story, but that walking and talking and going up the stairs, that I need to get back to the gym. Okay, let me get back to this. We supposed to be finding joy. You see how fast that went? We was in joy, and now I did the mm, mm. We gonna come back. Spot joy daily. Look for the small wins and start a joy journal. I dare you to do this. I challenge you to start a joy journal in the note app in your phone. Or if you want to go to the $1.25 store plus treat or the Ross and find you one of them little journal books that's about $3, $4 and they real cute with the Bible scripture or the quote. I'm addicted to those. When I tell you there are at least 9 or 27 under my bed right now that I've never used, but it was a scripture or the design or the quote, and it was like $3, $4.99. And I figured at one point in my life I was gonna need it. You can go buy that if you want, or you can use the note app on your phone. Find at least one thing a day. Spot joy. Note that. And when you don't feel like you have joy or when you feel down, open that note or open that journal. It may help you on a tough day. It may give you something to go back to. Then you can go back to that playlist I told you to create. Find joy. Spot joy. Write it down. Seek joy daily. That's the first one. So let's reframe our everyday and go spot joy. Number 2 is set micro boundaries. Instead of saying yes out of guilt, ask yourself, will this drain or fill me? Is what I'm being asked to do going to drain me, or will this fill me? We can insert the cup, that same cup that we're trying to pour into others from our overflow, that same cup that we need to keep full for ourselves. Will that cup still be overflowing? Will this drain the cup that I need to keep full for myself at all times? I would like to give you a phrase to practice in those situations. Practice pausing. Allow yourself to consider your bandwidth and all that you already have on your plate. Don't feel you have to say yes. Practice pausing. Ask yourself that question. Will it drain you or fill you? Here's the phrase that you can use. Let me get back to you after I check my schedule. There is joy in calendaring. Let me tell you, once you consistently start doing it, you look at your calendar for the day, you get in the habit of checking it early and often, using it, there's joy in knowing what's coming, what's on your plate, and what's scheduled. We'll talk about that in another episode. But don't feel like you have to say yes to anything, especially out of guilt. Use that pause. Don't automatically say yes. It's okay to say, let me get back to you, and consider if it's going to drain you or fill you. Because remember, that cup needs to stay filled at all times, by any means necessary. So set the boundary. and know that it's okay to say no, or you can't. You are not able to. You are not available. You do not have any capacity. All those things are okay. Create and stand on your boundaries. Number 3, move your body like you mean it. We know that we need to have movement and daily activity. You need to get those steps in. All that's very important, but this is not about weight loss. Move your body for liberation, whether it's dancing, walking, stretching. You need to feel your aliveness, right? Tap into your body. How does it feel? What does that movement feel like? Some people go dancing just to shake it off, just to feel alive. Do that for you. Go move your body like you mean it. If it's a solo dance break while you're by yourself in the bathroom getting ready, add that song that you know makes you move to your joy playlist. Give yourself a little shoulder shimmy. Shake the girls up. Move your body. Find that joy. Try it. Number 4, reconnect with passion. I love that. It's so many things that can encompass. Try to do one thing a week that lights you up. It just makes you smile. One thing. It could be painting, cooking, reading, singing, dancing. Reconnect with passion. It touch whatever your love language for you is. Do even if it's just for 10 minutes. We may not have a lot of time, but we have to make time for self. So reconnect with something you're passionate about and do it for you because you deserve it. Last one. We're on number 5. Ask for and accept support. It may be hard for some people, but we seek in joy. We're reclaiming our joy. And sometimes that looks like asking for help to support all that we do. We ask our bras for support every day because we need help in supporting these girls and holding them up. So feel okay to ask and accept support from others. Because I can tell you one thing, I have noticed that the older I get, my nipples are closer to my navel than they are my neck. And so daily, I shall be asking and accepting the support of the bras that I pay very much for this 34 triple D. So I invite you to use whatever context, whatever scenario, however it's going to work in your mind to understand that you need help and you need support and you can't do it alone. Because I can't go around holding my chest up all day. I'm left-handed. I need that hand to drive. I need that hand to write. So we just can't go around holding them up. I need the bra for support. Ask and accept support. Whatever that looks like for you. Join a community online, in person, that can help prioritize mental health and self-care. Find resources. Ask your friends or ask your village. Find the support you need. I hope those help you. Really hope you practice and try them. Message me, text me, DM me. I love the feedback. I'm enjoying hearing how you all are receiving this information and these episodes. I want to know what worked for you, what shifts you made, how you're reclaiming your joy. I'm looking forward to seeing the little bit that you're going to do. What are those small steps? What's that little bit you're going to do for yourself? Please share it with me so I can share it with others because we all need each other so that we can make it. All right, let's keep hydrating. Let's hydrate and move on to the next segment. You all know that I'm figuring out this podcasting as I go while I add it to my already overfilled plate. So as always, I invite you to give me the grace that I want you to give yourself as I figure out how to make this work, understand all this editing and all the things. One day, I'm going to have that little transition music between segments. I'm working on it. We're going to get there. Okay, so this next part, I want to talk about authors, resources, and influencers for joy and self-permission. I like that, self-permission. We have to give ourselves the permission. Here are a few books and articles. So Radical Acceptance by Tara Brach, Untamed by Glennon Doyle, Joyful by Ingrid Lee, The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. I love Brene Brown. Oh my goodness. Her research on shame is amazing. Her books are so good. If you've never read anything by Brene Brown, even if you're not a reader, you can find TikToks, YouTube videos. She's done so many talks. So go look, find Brene Brown, Brene. Thank me later. Amazing. If you audiobook her, if you buy the book, if you do TED Talks, if you need small doses, go get you some Brene Brown. She's worth it. Another one is The Science of Well-Being. That is a free Yale course on Coursera by Dr. Laurie Santos. So if you want to do something to actually learn more about the science of well-being and why it's so important, there's a whole free course you can take. There you go. We gonna get better together. I really want you to be able to take action, learn. I'm here to give you the tips, the tools, the stuff. Because we're not just gonna talk about it. We are going to be about it. We're going to do the work. And I want to make sure I properly equip you to be successful. I ain't just gonna throw y'all out there like that. I'm hoping you all use this information to get better. We can do it together and then come back and tell me. Leave a review. Do me a favor, share it with somebody because there's nothing like your testimony to help someone else because you never know what test they're going through. So I invite you to use this information, share this podcast, share this episode, share a quote or a feeling that you got from this with somebody else. I love to pour into others. I feel like that is honestly my purpose in life. Please do a little bit, help someone else. We like helping people and doing things. That's how we got here and that's how we got overwhelmed. But I know that we all feel better when we know we help somebody else. Tell a friend, do the work, do a little. Find the joy. Let me get out this rabbit hole because I'm getting excited if you can't tell. All right. So there are some other podcasts and platforms for joy and self-permission. Boundaries and Mental Health. Nidra, I'm just going to spell it. NEDRATAWWAB. And then at Alex_Lelle. That's self-healing and journaling. And then there's at the.holistic.psychologist for inner child work and self-responsibility. That's a whole thing right there. Inner child work. Ooh, because some of us, there's so much inner child work. It's really going to take a real therapist, but that may be a good thing to check out as well. Therapy for Black Girls podcast. It's really dope. Dr. Brene Brown with Unlocking Us. So those are some things that I encourage you to check out or look into or find something that speaks to you, right? You may have specific things that speak to you that you want to look into. Do that. Look. Seek joy. Intentionally go seek it out. Don't do the social media scroll. Let's stop scrolling and worrying about what other people are doing. Be intentional and take that scrolling time to find things that will help you find joy, find peace and happiness. Let's be intentional about that. Okay, so as we wind this down, I want to do some reflecting because you deserve joy. And I want to reflect on making sure you understand that you need joy and you need it daily. We need doses of it throughout our day sometimes. So let's slow down and take a breath and ask yourself, when was the last time I felt real joy? What were you doing? Who were you with? Were you alone? What did it feel like? What would it look like to make room for more of that? How can you create more joy? More real joy? Just think about that one. Here's something I'll offer you. Reclaiming joy doesn't require a major life overhaul. Sometimes it just takes one small yes to yourself, a yes to you. You are not selfish for choosing joy. You are not irresponsible for wanting more than just surviving. You are worthy, and your joy is powerful. I have been before you long enough, and I know you're really busy. I truly appreciate you joining me for another episode. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with somebody. I hope you're already subscribed and have your notifications on so when a new episode drops, you'll be notified. Leave a review, comment, let me know how you're finding joy. Tell me what you're taking from this episode. I would absolutely love to hear it. And remember, we may be overwhelmed, but we are not going to stay that way. Stay hydrated and let's keep each other lifted, ladies, because sometimes we all we got, but we here and we going to keep getting better together. And before I go, if nobody's told you today, you are doing a good job. And thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for all that you do. You deserve all the joy and all the good things. I'll see you on the next episode.